Water, the foundation of life, has become one of the most powerful weapons of the war in Syria. In Aleppo, where there's a huge shortage, men like Alaa AlSayed risk their lives crossing deadly front lines to make sure people in all parts of the city have access to water.
Water comes to Aleppo from the Euphrates, from a station which is currently under ISIL control. Because the government cannot provide electricity to the water pumping stations, we are dependent on diesel generators to provide electricity to them. Our role is to coordinate with all sides to take the diesel to pumping stations, and we monitor the use of diesel because under the agreement those groups are not allowed to use the diesel for anything other than making the pumps work.
Most families can only afford 200-litre tanks of water like this one every 2 weeks or so. The water is collected from scores of government-run distribution points in the western part of the city it controls. But as the electricity supply which water pumps depend on becomes even more erratic with renewed fighting in the south of the city, the supply to these centres can be unpredictable.
There has been no electricity in the city for 29 days because the main electricity cables were cut due to the clashes around the city. We need a ceasefire long enough so that the cables can be repaired to get the essential electricity to make the water pumps work.
To reduce the dependence on water coming from pumps controlled by groups like ISIL and the formerly named al-Nusra Front, the Syrian government has drilled wells to tap into the underground water supply. But experts say that that water is contaminated with high levels of nitrates.